Right, so a little bit about me is I grew up on Cape Cod, Massachusetts, and I lived there for about 24 years. Um, when I was there, I did a bunch of different jobs, but the most notable would be the crisis hotline, which I'll talk more about later. But um, it's just something that I've wanted to do for so long, and I didn't really have the courage to do it. I didn't know my place yet in life. I was working at Domino's, so just delivering pizza until I realized I wanted to change and help people. And as of currently, I am living in New Hampshire and I'm working as a parking enforcer. Um, Not the kind of job that I want to, considering I want to help people, but it is what it is for now. So, am I a good fit to pursue the career as a therapist? Because that's essentially what I want to do. Um, Whether it be a child's therapist or a therapist in general, I specifically want to work with the younger children. Considering when I was younger, I had some problems and I had to talk to a therapist myself, and I realized how impactful it was to have someone like that in my life. So, I do think I'm a good fit to do something like this from my past experience. I do strive to help people feel better and just make sure they're happy and all that. With the crisis work, I had built a bunch of relationships up with people, and every time they heard me, they were excited to talk to me, and just hearing my voice made them feel better. So it's really good. So I want to do more volunteer work. Currently in New Hampshire, I've been trying to, find something like Samaritans, where I was working on the Cape, and it's kind of difficult to find something like that. Um, And the thing that's interesting is that I have noted is taking calls and being there for someone on the other line is no different from being right across from them. So the volunteer work really is impactful because you're practically doing a therapy session for somebody on the other end of the line. Um, so things at my local church, they'll have some volunteer work that I can do and partake in if I was obliged to. Samaritans was a really interesting and professional group. Like I said, I learned a lot from them and I built up a lot of relationships. Unfortunately, because I no longer work for them, I am in contact, no longer in contact with them. So it's a bit unfortunate that I will have to kind of restart, but I guess that's just the name of the job. So as for my future, I still one day want to be a therapist. My thoughts haven't changed, uh, but there's going to be a lot of work that I need to put into. Um, But my biggest fear with this whole thing is building up, some sort of clientele. I was reading that new therapists struggle with that because I feel like they don't have a good background and someone won't choose them because of this or that. Um, and this goes back to my further research about people, not getting therapy is they're not going to trust, who they're talking to and all that. So uh, that's part of it. But I still do hope to, be a therapist, or even just like a psychologist in a school, for the kids to come talk to whenever they're having struggles with their, school, if they're being bullied, if they're struggling with things back at home. I just wanna be there for them. Taking this class was extremely enlightening. I learned way more than I even bargained for. Uh, I didn't even know that this was gonna be the kind of class where I'd explore my career like this, so it was pretty exciting. Um, it's very challenging. The things I'm gonna have to do to to get there will be challenging, but it's nothing I can't do. Um, it was great to hear from my peers in the class and see what everybody else had to say and their experiences and their different career paths they want to go on. Uh, it made it more like a connection rather than we're just at home at our desk, but rather than like, oh, there's other people taking this class too. So it was really cool. Um, the artificial intelligence aspect of this was also really fun to research about. Um, it has pros and cons. So, but it's something I never really even thought about that maybe AI one day would take over this job, and it could, but most likely not. Uh, Considering human connection is more important than something fake. We strive to want connections from our peers, like I'm talking about now. But thank you, everybody. This was a fun class, and I enjoyed learning from you and working with you side by side. And to our professor, you were great. So thank you very much.